Hi all, welcome to another video of compressible fluid flow video lecture series. In the last class, we have discussed in detail about rate equation for momentum or rate of change of momentum or conservation of momentum equation for a compressible fluid flow. Now we have two rate equations left to be explained. They are energy equation, conservation of energy, and also entropy equation. These two equations will be covered in this video. So we will start with the energy equation, which is otherwise known as conservation of energy. So here the energy equation in its differential form, we can write the energy equation as per the first law of thermodynamics like this. dq is equal to dE plus dW, where Q is the heat energy, E denotes the total energy, and W is the work in the system. Now, dividing all the terms by dt, we will get dq by dt is equal to the summation of dE and dW by dt. Now, this term dE by dt is equal to, now we are giving the control volume approach to this term dE by dt. So, from by taking the method from the previous derivation of the momentum equation, we can write this dE by dt, which is equal to, just like in the momentum equation, this dE by dt can be written like this. It is equal to the time rate of change of energy within the control volume plus the outgoing energy flux minus the incoming energy flux. Just like we have done in the case of momentum equation, we can write the dE by dt term like this. So the first term on the right hand side will be dou E by dou T for control volume. That is the rate of change of energy within the control volume. Okay, it is represented by dou E by dou T for CV. Now plus integral for the outward flow, small e dm dot. This represents the outgoing energy flux minus integral inward small e dm dot, and this represents the incoming energy flux. So this will be the outgoing energy flux minus the incoming energy flux. Okay, so why this small e has been given here? Actually, small e is capital E divided by mass. This is specific energy value. Here also it is a specific energy. Now taking the units, if you are considering this as capital E by m and this mass flow rate as m by t, then both the mass will be cancelled. Okay, so we will get energy by time. So the unit will be same for this term and this term. Okay, that's why we have taken the specific energy, and as an integral we have taken the derivative of mass flow rate dm dot. So this will be the total energy, rate of change of total energy within our system. Now the work term in equation, here the work term, we have already considered the energy term right now. Now we will consider the work term. Therefore dW by dt in the equation can be considered in two cases. So there will be two works. One work is flow work and the other work is shaft work. This can be explained on the basis of some compressible fluid flow equipments. So considering certain compressible fluid flow equipments, most of the compressible fluid flow equipments will be flow passages like diffusers, nozzles, and ducts. So there will be flow taking place from one side to another side. So a flow work is required for this flow of the compressible fluid has to take place. Therefore, that work will be coming under the flow work category of the flow work. And in certain case, in most of the compressible fluid flow problems, we are dealing with open system. So, for example, if we take the case of turbine or turbo compressors or something like that, we will get in the case of turbine, we will get shaft work. Shaft work will be the work done by the system. In the case of turbo compressors, it will be shaft work given to the system. Okay, so we need to consider the shaft work also when we are dealing with compressible fluid flow problems. So in the energy equation, we already have the dW by dt term as per the first law of thermodynamics. Now we are considering the control volume approach to this work term also. by considering our flow work and shaft work. We can change dW by dt like this. Okay, dW by dt, the first two components will give the flow work. So outflow minus inflow will give the flow work term. So outflow rho V dm dot. Here the V is a specific volume. Now we all know that P into capital V, pressure into capital volume, capital V will give our work. Therefore here the volume is specific volume, so it is capital V by M, and this dm dot is dm by dt. Therefore we can write this mass will be cancelled from the V, capital V by M and M by T. The masses will be cancelled and we will get the unit for the work. So we have rearranged the equation for the work like this for the outflow. Just like in the outflow, we have done the same in inflow also. So integral out P small v dm dot minus integral inward P small v dm dot plus the shaft work is denoted by Ws, dWs by dt. That is the shaft work. Now substituting our total energy, rate of change of total energy within the system, and also the rate of change of the work in our first law of thermodynamics equation. Therefore the equation will be like this: dq by dt. After the substitution, we can also group together some common terms. The outflow, this E and PV will be common for the outflow, so we can show them in brackets. In the inflow also we can write like this: E has come from the energy term and PV has come from the work term. So E plus PV can be taken in brackets. And the energy term is given by, we all know that energy, this is total energy, and it is a specific value, capital E by M. So small e is actually is the sum of different types of energy in the system. And let us see what all types of energies are here. Small u is a specific internal energy within the system, and half c square is a specific kinetic energy, and g is a specific potential energy. Similarly, there will be other types of energies also: electromagnetic energy and electrical energy and gravitation. Some types of other energies will be also there in the system, but all those energies will be negligible when compared to the values of this energy components. That's why we have neglected those energy terms. Now we have E plus PV. We have grouped together energy and work, E plus TV term in here. So here also we are considering E plus PV. So a PV has been added to this expression. So U plus PV can be taken together plus half C square plus GZ. Now we all know that U plus PV is, U is internal energy and PV is a specific work. Therefore, this U plus PV is actually the specific enthalpy relation. Okay, so we are substituting for U plus PV, we are substituting enthalpy. Specific enthalpy is given. Therefore, it is H plus half C square GZ. Okay. Now, substituting this expression in our previous equation, in this equation, we will get the expression like this. Okay, it will be a bit lengthy, but we can simplify this later so that we can express the equation in a more presentable manner for the calculation of the problems. Now this can be considered as an integral form of the energy equation. Now we will take the vector notation. Now by taking the vector notation, we will take all the suffix values, and we will not consider the outflow minus inflow. Instead of that, we will consider it as a single term, as a surface integral, as we have done in the previous derivations. Now this dou E by dou T term is written like this: dou by dou T rho into E into dV. Okay, let us take the units. Rho is mass by volume, and small e is energy by mass. So the mass will be cancelled, and one volume will be remaining. That volume will be cancelled by this volume. So this term is basically energy by time. So the unit is same as this. We have rearranged in terms of density. Density term has come to our expression. Similarly, this outflow we have grouped together, all these things are grouped together, h plus half c square plus gz. We have substituted the value from the previous relations, and we have taken the vector notation. By taking outflow minus inflow, we will get positive surface integral for control surface h plus half c square plus gz into rho c into dA. That is coming from here, dm dot. Dm dot can be written like this: rho into velocity into arbitrary change in area, rho c dA. We have seen this in previous derivations. And the work, change in shaft work with respect to time is given as it is, dWs by dt. Now for steady flow, now we are assuming, or we are giving some assumptions for the simplification of this equation. For steady flow, we know that dou E by dou T for the control volume will be equal to 0. That is because dou rho by dou T equal to 0. That's why we have taken this entire term is equal to 0 for a steady flow. So the remaining terms in this form is given. Here it is given as vector form. So we have expanded here from this vector form after giving the dou E by dou T term equal to 0. Now for adiabatic flow, again we are assuming. So in this case, we are considering the flow to be adiabatic. In adiabatic flow, there will not be a change in heat transfer with respect to time. Therefore, dq by dt will be equal to 0. So the entire term, entire equation will be equal to 0. The entire this entire equation will be equal to 0. And after equating that equation to 0 and rearranging, we will get our equation like this: dws by dt. Now here on right hand side, we will get inflow minus outflow. Okay. And for one-dimensional and steady adiabatic flow, what all changes has come? Let us see. We have applied limits. We have integrated the mass flow rate. So integral dm dot will be m dot itself, and we have applied the limits to the values inside the brackets. So after applying limits, we have inflow minus outflow. Therefore, the terms with 1, suffix as 1 will be coming first, and terms with suffix 2 will be coming after the minus symbol. So m dot is taken outside as a common value, since m dot as per the conservation of mass, m dot will be a constant value. That's why we have taken that value outside. So m dot into bracket h1 plus half c1 square plus gz1 minus h2 plus half c2 square plus gz2. Now for gases, in the case of gases, Z1 minus Z2 equal to 0. When we consider the potential energy, the altitude values will be equal to 0, because there is no specific altitude with respect to a point in the case of gases. So Z1 minus Z2, or those values will be equal. So the difference between them can be taken as 0, approximately equal to 0. So that terms will be completely neglected from the above equations. Now the things remaining will be our h1 plus half c1 square in brackets, okay, minus h2 plus half c square in brackets. This whole time h1 plus half c1 square, also the h2 plus half c2 square, this term can be commonly written like this: h0. So h plus half c square is h0. It is actually, this equation is actually called adiabatic energy equation, which we will be discussing later after some topics. So just consider this whole term can be considered as h0. Okay, actually the suffix 0 denotes for the stagnation state. So this h0 is otherwise known as stagnation enthalpy. So if any parameter is coming with this suffix 0, it will be known as a stagnant value. For example, P0 will be stagnant pressure, T0 will be stagnant temperature. Likewise, here H0 is stagnant enthalpy. So our dWs by dt is equal to m dot into H01 minus H2, H02. Now if the shaft work is absent, then the whole term will be equal to 0. Therefore, H01 is equal to H02. Therefore, stagnation enthalpy will be constant. This is our final expression for energy equation. We will see the rest in the next video.